Can a computer make you cry? And that was one of the first questions that our founders had. Could a computer make someone cry? Could you have emotion that is created because of a computer? And so some of the earliest games were made in order to evoke emotion. And things have progressed obviously quite a bit over time. But now we are the world's largest interactive entertainment software company with just under 8,000 employees. So, you know, we are the very biggest game company in the world. My job is to travel around the country, well, mostly the US, although sometimes also Canada, and now this is my first trip to Mexico. But my job is really to talk to students in any degree program, any bachelor's or master's program, and find out exactly what's going on at the different universities, but also to inform people of what's going on at Electronic Arts. So what I'm going to be doing today is to tell you a little bit about Electronic Arts, a little bit about the industry in general, and a lot about what we look for in the game industry. Not just at Electronic Arts, but also at game companies throughout the world. So hopefully by the end of this session today, you will have a better understanding of what things that you can be concentrating on if you're interested in a career in the game industry. Way back with the Atari and the original NES, you know, we were dealing with technology that was, at that time, it was pretty good technology. But now we look back and it really wasn't anything compared to what it is now. And you can see the Xbox 360, 20,000 polygons, and we're still far away from movies. Rendered film is 5 million polygons. And I have an example of Pixar's The Incredibles here. You know, that's a great example of a great animated movie. And so we're still far away, but we're getting a lot closer. And with every generation of a brand new game console, we get a lot closer because, as you can see, the jumps keep getting bigger and bigger. So we're pretty excited about the future, and as we keep getting closer to movies. You have to know, but the more you know, the better you are in getting a job. Not just at EA, but almost at any game company. Development languages, domain languages we use are C and C++. For tools and pipelines, we use C#, Perl, Lua, PHP, Java, and some custom proprietary languages. For user interface, we'll use Flash sometimes. We have very large code bases. You know, it takes a lot to run some of these games. Some games have over 10 million lines of code. It's a lot of lines of code. And I'm guessing that nobody here has worked on over 1 million lines of code, am I right? Has anybody here worked over 1 million lines of code? Okay, well multiply that by 10. It's hard. It's very difficult for anyone, whether you're out of school or whether you have been in the industry. It's very difficult for anyone to start on a new team and start right away looking at 10 million lines of code. It's hard. It's very hard. And so we want people that are familiar with coming into a situation that there are lots of lines of code that they're not familiar with. We don't expect you to understand what 10 million lines of code is like, but you know, 10, 20,000, 30,000 lines of code. If you have ever just looked at 20 or 30,000 lines of code that you have not had any part in making, that is good because you have experience trying to understand what large code bases are like.